I don't think there's any combative FMA in America anymore in its original sense.
If you're a professional athlete and you're in a profession of arms, your impetus and your why is so different versus like creating a core of community, family, etc. Like you actually have to use this stuff, not just to teach to put bread on the table. Like you have to use this stuff because you're actually using this stuff. So like the reasons, yeah. So there's a reason why that has a higher, I hate to say higher priority, but the fact is they have a higher priority of practice, usage, and implementation versus like I'm teaching a kids class, I'm sharing the legacy and culture of my particular martial arts versus, again, procedural and professional. Because
I agree with that.
I mean, you can get culture and community within the combat sports community, because obviously you do. You can get some culture and community through the profession of arms, utilizing combative skills for professional violence. But that's so tailored to that community. But as for the majority of martial artists out there, specifically martial artists, this is a hobby. Even if they're doing it professionally as like running a school, this is still something that they're doing to teach people, but they're not necessarily utilizing it as its form and its core of combative, effective use of violence. Unless, again, professional athletes are profession of arms.
I said this a little while ago, and some people were a little bit miffed about it when I made the statement. Like, I don't think there's any combative FMA in America anymore in its original sense. Because it can't be, because the original sense of it was we're cutting people's heads off. We're killing people. Like now we're showing them other ways of doing it in a safer way, which is totally acceptable. And it's fine. It's fun. It builds longevity. If you kill all of your students, there's no more students. But when I had a guy in front of me who was staying there in the chieftain stance saying, we're teaching the true killing art of the Philippines, I go, you work at Kohl's. No, you're not.
And which part of the Philippines at what point?
Exactly. Like, no, you're not. You're not teaching the true killing art of the Philippines because they'd be dead.
That's such a broad and bold statement.
Exactly. Oh, dude, it was such a terrible seminar that I went to. It was the same place that said we're going to skip food, and I went, nope, I'm leaving. This is still the biggest amount of heresy I've ever come across in Filipino martial arts, and that's saying a lot. But every Filipino group I've ever been a part of has always said, yeah, we're going to go eat. What about the training? We'll come back to that.
Or go surfing.
But we got hot lumpia right on the counter. Why would we not eat that first?
You need to have fuel.
That adobo has been cooking and marinating for hours. It'd be a sin to not eat it. So, exactly. Oh, I haven't told you that story, Jackie. I need to tell you that one at some point. Long story short, I went to a Filipino seminar. Filipino. I air quote it because they didn't have food.
But they have a great online presence.
I'm not saying names. Went there, did the training. It was all right. Went to lunch. They said, all right, guys, we're going to go to this restaurant. All right, cool. I'll meet you guys there. Hey, guys, this food's going to take too long, so we're going to skip the food and go back to training. And I just went, you should skip the food? Mm-hmm. That's even a thing? I don't understand. Like this, I felt like SpongeBob opening the dictionary. Like these words don't go together. How are you doing this?
Yeah.
How do these words make sense in the sentence you're forming?